there is a statement we tell people who are in addiction. We tell them, play the movie to the end. Have you watched these movies that are so exciting, but the end is very devastating? The climax of it is devastating. So many of us only play the movie to this point that we will be going out, having fun, smoking marijuana on the car as we do road trips. We will be, having fun together. We will have sex before marriage, but I will go buy two tablets. 2 tablets, I just need to stop the pregnancy. Not a big deal. But the flip side of this P2 is that I am putting hormones in my system that will distort my hormonal system forever. Oh my God. But now I'm eating these things like food. Like food. Why spend 10 years with someone when I'm only supposed to know somebody in 1 year and a half and get married? What am I doing for 10 years? 10 years. That is even wastage of time. So these 10 years, the truth is, I will move from A, B, C, D, and all that. I am exposing myself to emotional heartache.
I think I'm just sitting there, I'm like, wow, where was this knowledge? Yeah, and I've realized during our dating and courtship days where there are mistakes we are making, a lot of steps, and they have consequences. Whether we like it or not, there are always consequences to your actions. Let's talk about these mistakes. And then even as you talk about that, you can also talk about now that I've made this mistake, how do I rise up from this mistake that I have made? And where can I get this firm foundation? Yes.
Mistake number 1 is a goalless relationship.
Yes, you've mentioned that.
So a goalless relationship means it can take me anywhere. The next one is what I think we've done a lot of that.
Yeah.
Sex before marriage.
Sex before marriage.
The moment our relationship goes emotional, allow me to put it now emotional. So I am allowing my emotions, the feelings to drive the relationship. So meaning, when you put emotions, you stop reason. Okay? When you engage emotions gear, lazima ufunge reason.
Instant intimacy.
So you are driven by the emotion. So when you are supposed to be reasoning, emotions are speaking.
They're speaking. Wow. That's so practical.
Yes. So I am supposed to be uncomfortable with this person who maybe is lying to me every day. But because I engaged emotion gear, reason gear has stopped. So it's told, no, don't think about this. Stop. So you love him, to like him, to like his physique. Yes. To like the way he looks. Look at how, emotions now are the ones speaking to you rather than reason. Yes. The next one is, of course, dating, early dating.
Early date.
And early dating runs all the way to the 13, 12, or even the 5-year-old that we will make fun and start asking whether they have a boyfriend. Up to around the age of 22 for a girl, and up to around the age of 24 for a man, the brain is not fully formed to be able to see consequences for action. No. The brain only sees the one side of things. I am trying not to be too philosophical about this. Allow me to just use language that can easily be understood. So we see the one side of things. a young person, a teenager, will see the thrill of driving a car. And I know parents are very good at teaching children how to drive, even at the age of 10.
Yes.
Very risky. There is a reason as to why governments around the world don't allow teenagers to drive.
Yeah.
Because the teenager is excited that I am this good driver. Their mind will not tell them that if you just go to the road with the kind of speed you're driving, you can cause an accident. The mind does not have the ability to think that way. That the excitement for now is that we are driving, we are good, and I am the best driver. Everybody in my class is not a driver. So I am the one I must show them.
Yes.
That is the very same way we run relationships at teenagers. You realize most relationships during teenage, they are for show off. And proving a point.
In proving a point. Yeah. And so
I really don't care who this person is.
Yes.
What I care most is that niko na mtu.
Kama marafiki zangu.
Yes. And because I am only looking at the one side of reasoning.
Yes.
That's why a parent comes in, because the parent is able to see this side that you're seeing and also see the back side of it.
Yes.
So there is a statement we tell people who are in addiction. We tell them, play the movie to the end. Have you watched these movies that are so exciting, but the end is very devastating? The climax of it is devastating. So many of us only play the movie to this point that we will be going out, having fun, smoking marijuana on the car as we do road trips. We will be, having fun together. We will have sex before marriage, but I will go buy two tablets. 2 tablets, I just need to stop the pregnancy. Not a big deal. But the flip side of this P2 is that I am putting hormones in my system that will distort my hormonal system forever.
Oh my God.
But now I'm eating these things like food.
Like food.
So ovarian cancer, uterine cancer, cervical cancer, all these things that are associated with it. Let us not go physical body. Let us go to emotions. When I begin these relationships that are not, that are goalless, the other thing is I am exposing myself to emotional pain.
Yes.
The truth is that there is no young man that will wait for Anne from the age of 15 and wait for them for 10 years to marry them at 25. It does not happen.
It does not happen.
Okay. I'm hearing, of course, someone saying, yes, it does. I have one. We have been dating for the last 10 years. Then I wonder, is it a university that I was doing degree, masters, up to PhD?
Yes.
Why spend 10 years with someone when I'm only supposed to know somebody in 1 year and a half and get married? What am I doing for 10 years?
10 years.
That is even wastage of time. So these 10 years, the truth is, I will move from A, B, C, D, and all that. I am exposing myself to emotional heartache.
That is so
the teenager does not have that ability to know that I am exposing myself to this. So of course, sometimes the parent, the pastor, the mentor will come and tell you, no, please don't. But of course, as I am talking, because the teenager maybe has shut their mind, they don't want to look at the reality. They'll look at me and imagine, this woman, her head is not working properly.
They even say you're old school.
Of course I am. I am 35. I am old.
Yes.
Yes, I am not 15. I will tell you is that the truth is that I have experience.
Yes.
Experience for school. I have experience for observation. I also have experience because I have many years that that is the truth.
That's the truth.
So by you refusing to take my experience, you are going to learn. They say experience is the best teacher. But the experience does not have to be yours. You can use other people's experiences to learn with them.
I love
That is wisdom.
Yes, wisdom.
Wisdom says, pick other people's experiences, learn with them. Don't wait until it is your experience that you're learning with. Do you want to learn when you are HIV positive? Do you want to learn when now we are dealing with ovarian cancer because you took P2 for 20 years, trying to enjoy sex? Unfortunately, because you are married, Hilda,
Yes.
we want to enjoy sex before marriage. Then when we get into marriage, we don't want to enjoy sex. Now it is another battle to force people to enjoy sex
In marriage.
in marriage. You see, when we refuse to follow God's blueprint, the mess we do, so we will make it a game outside of marriage. But where now it is supposed to be legitimately done, and where it is supposed to be done for purposes of building a relationship and nurturing each other and even raising healthy children, it was not happening. Because we missed the blueprint. So the other message we will do in dating is gifting.
Gifting. Let's talk about that.
I really don't know who said that we should always be picking birthday gifts, anniversary. I don't even know which anniversaries. By the way, I even hear people having anniversaries for 1 month, 2 months anniversary. Anyway, gifts,
Yes.
has the same impact as sex. Because it's anything that reinforces emotions. It's a reinforcement for emotions. They suppress reason. Let me try make it practical.
Okay.
Hilda,
Yes.
when I came in here, I came with 50,000. I give you 50K. I don't know you. We had just started relating. How will you feel me? How will you relate with me?
You've just, I don't know you, and you've given me
50K.
50K. I'll start thinking now you're winning me with money.
No. You know, I've come. I'm not an enemy. Okay. It is just the relationship we are having here. But every time I come with 50K.
I'll get used to that.
You'll get used, but you will also categorize me as a special host, a special guest that you bring to your show.
Oh, because of the money.
Yes.
Yes.
So most of the time, what will be motivating you is the money I normally come with.
The money, yes. And the day you don't come with the money, now I have questions.
You may even have questions, but because of the money you've been receiving before, it will fill those gaps. It doesn't matter whether I come empty in terms of content.
Yes.
But I come loaded.
I see.
So many people get into relationship when the moment you've put money ahead. There are so many people who have gotten into relationships with married men or married women unknowingly, and they stayed for many years without ever discovering because of the money or the gift aspect. Because remember, gifts have a way of blinding. Just like the 50K I'll be coming with every time on this show will blind you to no mind the kind of content I'm offering on your show.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like I am talking about bribe.
Bribing. Yeah, it's bribing.
So you see, the same thing that bribes do is the same thing gifts do.
Yeah.
You're not able to, there are questions you won't ask in that relationship.
Yes.
When you put money first, not money definitely necessarily gifts ahead. It is recommended not to begin relationships with exchanging gifts at the beginning. I remember when we were dating with my husband, it was one of the principles we worked with. No gifts.
No gifts.
Tujuane kwanza.
That's nice. Order. There's order. Hatuwezi anza tu na hiyo.
Because the same way I will not begin with sex.
Yeah.
It's the same way I'm not supposed to start with this.
Yes.
Am I saying that you should not maybe help each other? No. There are circumstances that may be there, and because you are already friends, you can support each other. Yes. But that gift or whatever you are giving should not be attached to the fact that you are relating.
Yes.
Every time we meet, you must come with something. Every time you meet, I must have like 10,000. I must have some money coming.
Yes.
The minute that relationship is like that, it is bound to be, you will not have an opportunity to know each other. Remember, dating is for fact fighting. And it is not assured that this particular person I am dating today is the one that I will remain with. In my fact finding, I might realize, no, this is not what I was looking for, because I have a blueprint.
Yes.
So I can drop. But imagine when I've invested, will I drop? No. Others will go to the extent of opening accounts together, investing, starting businesses together. I have, in the era of online marketing and online businesses, many people begin online businesses together, at least writing accounts. And we're like, oh, so do we co-partner with them? Those things are done in marriage.
Yes.
Other things, of course, will be dating a person who you're not of the same spiritual inclination. Allow me not to say faith.
Yes.
You know for sure you were born again, but you go and want to date a person that is not born again. That is disaster. Because your value systems are not the same.
They're not the same. You're unequally yoked.
I have had people say that I will minister to them and they will get saved. I will still say again that marriage relationship should not be for evangelism. It's not the form. It's not one of the forms of evangelism. We've not been told that we use marriage as a tool for evangelism. Because Hilda, I'm talking about a person I will share my mind with, I will share my body with, I will share my money with,
Yes.
I will share my children with.
That is deep.
So, if I am sharing my mind with a person who has other thoughts in their mind, how will I get into this mind? If I'm supposed to share my body with this person that feeds on anything and everything, how am I supposed to share my body with this one? If this person is supposed to become a father to my children,
Yes.
what will that person teach them? If we are supposed to do investments together, what kind of businesses will we begin? Will we find ourselves beginning a bar? one day, this lucrative business, will we find ourselves one time laundering money? Because we'll be doing business together.
Yes.
It's a partner I'm looking for. So because of dating and just imagining dating is physical, the physical, the person I'm seeing, is what makes people make wrong choices. Because when I am dating a person and I'm imagining that it is just how they look, the physique. Some of them look very nice.
The externals. Yes.
I have to go beyond the physical, get to the spiritual, get to the soul, get to the emotions, get to intellect. Even how they reason, I have to get there.
Absolutely.
Those are some of the telltale.
Let's talk about the firm foundation. Why is that foundation very important for anyone who is watching? Why is it important for them to have a firm foundation when it comes to relationships?
Humanity has no meaning until it connects with God. So, as long as we are not in the plan of God,
Yes,
there is an emptiness. I know this is a statement we've had since we were young, because I remember the first time I heard that there is a vacuum in the heart of a person. There is an emptiness people live with, that we find ourselves filling it with other things until we align ourselves with God. Wow. So we will fill it with resources, we'll fill it with money, we'll try fill it with sex, we'll fill it with opulence, we'll fill it with traveling around the world.
people's opinions.
But it will never be filled until we have reconnected with God. So that's the reason why making sure that everything we do is founded in God. We live a very easy life. You sleep the whole night, a good sleep. You work without getting money and you feel satisfied. You serve humanity with your resources and with your giftings, and you're so satisfied because you know you are connected to the source.
Yes. So a firm foundation is important.
And it is because God is the author of life.
Yes, absolutely.
I know humanity has really tried hard to put God aside.
Yeah.
But the more you put him aside and replace with everything else, the more dissatisfied we become. Okay. So understanding, remember we said blueprint. Understanding that until I am in that blueprint, then I am lost. And there is abuse. There is misuse.
Yeah.
There is malfunction. Remember, we said dating is fact-finding. So after fact-finding, you don't marry. After fact-finding, you start courtship. And now courtship is discussion about marriage.
Yeah.
At dating, marriage is the goal, is where we would want to get to. It is where we are trying to know each other so that we get to. So it's like a promise. I am promising you marriage, but it is not assured until we know we are okay.
Yeah.
I never mentioned the part of making sure that friendship is our foundation also at dating.
Yeah.
So again, getting to know each other to the level of a friend.
Yeah.
You can imagine how emotions and the gifts will again stand in the way if our relationship is based on what I receive and what I give, remember that's not a relationship.
Yeah.
So it's the openness, it's the nakedness, it's the ability to trust each other, all that. That is our dating. So once I have chosen and my facts have guided me now to this particular person, we begin courtship. Now, courtship involves informing a third parties. We will go to maybe a pastor, a mentor, tell them now we are planning to get married.
Yes.
And of course, it has all those processes that you have to go through, informing parents, informing the church, maybe planning the wedding. So that is courtship. But Hilda, I can assure you many people start courtship in dating. It's so we are discussing marriage in courtship. The discussions we should be having around dating should be things like getting to know each other. Who are you? Where are you coming from? What is your family? What are your likes and dislikes? Where are you coming from? What are some of the relationships you've gone through? What is your level of education? That is the area you're getting to know each other. How does this person behave before people?
Yeah.
When you go maybe for a retreat with other people, how does this person handle things? When you get to a restaurant, how do they handle waitresses, waiters? How do they ask for food?
It's the little things.
Yes, as simple as if they are rude to the waitress,
Yeah.
it can just assure you that they will be rude to you.
Yes.
If they are late every time you're meeting, it is a telltale sign, but please run early. Because it is not now only lateness. It is a character problem.
Yeah, correct.
There is something about them that is not right. So these are things we get an opportunity to know at dating. Courtship now, I have been able to tick most of the boxes and I'm like, even the weaknesses, I can withstand. Their strengths, I can be able to use them and I know I am comfortable with who they are. Of course, you get now to commit to each other to get married with a date. Not we will get married someday, those ones of 10 years dating. It is by the time we are saying we are in courtship, a date is set.
Yeah.
We are either saying in the next 1 year, in the next 2 years, in the next 6 months. So the process begins of getting to involve parents, involve mentors, involve the church. Now, at this level is when you need to bring in the third party, especially in the area of mentorship, so that you can be mentored into marriage.
Yes.
Because you've never been married. Young people want to get married. Young people want to get into relationships with their mindset. One of the things I gained a lot when we were getting married is the area of investment. Our best couple then, immediately we introduced ourselves to them. Immediately they started guiding us in the area of investments. We are what we are today, courtesy of that council. They were fairly thorough in that area.
Yeah.
The other thing was sex in marriage. That was done by our pastor then. She was thorough. Again, that has helped us a lot in our marriage walks. Many of the counsel I still give young couples is the very information I received from that particular pastor. At that moment, it is 18 years back, but I still use the same content.
Yes.
There was a lot of course, even the area of handling money, communication, there's a lot we received around that time. So this is the time to get all that counsel. Avoid too many voices.
Yes.
Narrow to one. Don't listen to so much to a point that you cannot be able to have an authority that you hold to. Around this time of courtship, many people have been distorted or directed. Hilda, you have chosen this young man, and maybe the man does not have a job.
Yeah.
But according to your assessment, you are comfortable and you know you are able to work with him. And you know you will grow together.
Yes.
Another voice comes and tells you, how do you get married to a... no.
Yeah.
And the next minute you're dropping them. So the person that you pick at this moment as a mentor has to be a voice you trust and has the best interest for you. Of course, you remember people are coming from different environments. So as much as we are talking about blueprint and people working right and everything, you will meet someone maybe who has had a past. Very, very dark. But they have reformed. And according to your fighting, you are sure this person reformed. And they are following the way of God and they have chosen the way of God. But now, the person again you bring in as a mentor, you might find yourself getting confused about the choice you had made. So this person must not be, even if I'm coming in as a mentor, I shouldn't be the one making decisions for you. Yeah. I'm only coming as a support system, but not really the one that will make decisions. But it does not mean that I may not offer counsel that can be of use. But it needs to be really a person you trust.
Yes.
Yeah, so of course then begin now introductions at home and all that process of appreciating, allow me not to call it dowry, but appreciating parents. And of course the process of the wedding. I know we are in a time where everybody wants their wedding to look glamorous and all, but it is not a wedding that makes a marriage.
Yeah.
A wedding is just an event. It's a one-day event, which I will say is insignificant in terms of how your marriage will be. It is simply an event. Yes. So don't put so much effort into it and forget there's a marriage that you are begin. There are children that will be raising in 2-3 years. There is a whole journey ahead of you. So that is what needs to be done more during courtship than planning for a wedding. Many people use courtship period to plan for a wedding. So you discuss a gown for 1 month. Yeah. You discuss the cake for 3 months. You are arguing over whether you have 700-seater or 500-seater or this color, and we are going to even get loans. Yes, to bring 1,000 people to your wedding, some who don't even know you, so that people will say you had a entourage of cars. Yeah, those are not the things that make a marriage. Yes, if you are able, spend that money. But if you're not, work within your budget. Yeah. There are people who have their weddings on a Friday afternoon in the pastor's office, and they're married. There are some who will have a small event of 50-20 people, and they're married.
We even have mass weddings.
Or the now mass weddings that have been accepted. I think also our pastors sometimes become very, very precious things that are necessary.
Yes.
So if the emphasis should be marriage and not this one-day event. Yeah. So basically that, for me, I feel like the most important aspect of that relationship is dating. Wow. Because it's where all choices are made.
Yeah.
You marry at dating, not when you get married.
Hey, you marry at dating. And it's better to be single than to be in a wrong relationship. Wow. Thank you for gracing Unfold with that knowledge.
A marriage relationship, okay, you started Unfold. You are doing Unfold in the level you're doing it because you're married. Yes. Yes. I am seated here. Wow. Speaking about marriage.
Yes.
Because I'm married.
Yes.
So marriage is ministry. Wow. I remember when we were dating with my husband many years back. It should be around 19 years now or 20. One time when we had gone out and we were discussing, I remember one of the prayers we made is that our marriage will be a tool of ministry. And over the years, I have seen God do that. So your number one reason for God bringing you together as husband and wife is to raise a godly generation. Not of your children only, but the people around you.
Yeah.
So we've done a youth mentorship together with my husband. Our house most of the times is ever full with young people. I want to believe it would not be happening if I was not married.
Yes. Yeah.
We've been in an environment where young people are just observing us, and the next minute they are coming and telling us, you know, even when I was lost, I used to look at your marriage and I'm like, still marriage works. So they got motivated to get married because of how they saw us. It's not, we didn't say anything, didn't talk to anyone, but just that motivated them to get married.
Yeah.
I am speaking this knowledge and information because I am married. So we have an opportunity to speak to the next generation because we are married. If we were to look at marriage that way, we will fund that relationship. We will pay every cost for it because it's not only for us, but those behind us. I was reading, I think, the book of Corinthians. I can't remember the chapter well. It was talking where Paul was talking about we are epistles. We are letters. You know, our life is a letter. We write every single action, every single thing I do is a letter I'm writing. It is not intentional. You know, I am not literally writing, but there is somebody who is reading my life. I don't know whether you get it.
I get it.
I am living my life,
Yes.
and that living, the lifestyle I am living is a letter. Others are reading.
Yeah. Your lifestyle is actually preaching on its own. Yeah.
So our marriage relationships are supposed to be those epistles that people read. Wow. As we walk around, as we do business, as we interact with people, as we go to the markets to shop, as we serve in church, and as we do all these other things, it is an opportunity to preach Christ with our lifestyle.
With our lifestyle.
And this lifestyle should start speaking to our children first at home.
Yes.
So that at least the child can say, wakiulizwa whether they know a born-again person, they can begin with that. The worst thing that can happen, Hilda, is your son to say they don't know whether you are born again because of how the kind of letter you wrote.
Yes.
So it is a high responsibility. I almost feel like it is such a high responsibility given to us. The good thing about it is that when the epistle is well written, the church will call us to lead The nation will call us to lead. The community will call us to lead.
Wow.
When you look at even world leaders, most of the times the introduction is husband and wife. So you can imagine the worth of a relationship, a marriage. So it is not, when you look at it in that big picture, the MD in a company, the question will be, who is the wife? The president is the first lady. So the more we are able to then value this marriage relationship, you can imagine if I was president and I am godly, the impact I will cause in the world. But of course, you will also see why the enemy makes sure that we are distorted, because he knows the impact marriage has in the society. So I always say our society is the way it is because of how our marriages are.
Yes.
So if I want to heal society, I don't start speaking to society. I start speaking to marriages and families, so that we produce people that we send to the society that are healed, people that are transformed, people that are not distorted. They are having distorted mindsets. Hilda, a drunkard comes from a home.
Yeah.
That corrupt leader, they come from a home. They have a father and a mother. So if the father was able to nurture them in a godly way, they would not have raised a corrupt leader. And that is a strategy of the enemy.
Yes.
To trivialize marriage and not understand its worth and its position, so that we take it lightly. You know, if there is an institution we take so lightly, it's marriage. Young people today, you hear somebody is prioritizing school, they are prioritizing doing their masters and PhDs and getting this big job. When you ask someone marriage, and they're like, that is not, it's not something I'm thinking about right now. They're not thinking about it, but they're in a relationship. Wow. They're not thinking about it, but they're in a relationship, meaning there is a likelihood a child might come from this relationship.
Yes.
What kind of a child are you going to raise that you are not even thinking about? So you realize many people get into that marriage relationship by chance. It is just something that happened and you stumble yourself to that. So it's like you're realigning yourself when you're already inside. You can imagine how messy it is.
Yeah.
When anybody is beginning any business or even building a house, you have a plan.
Yes.
Can you imagine a house without a plan? Where will you even start? That is how many marriages are begun. And it is a strategy of the devil, because he knows how impactful marriage is.
Wow. It is the strategy of the devil.
Yes.
Because he knows how impactful marriage is.
Yes.
That is so powerful. Wow. Thank you, Anne. Thank you so much. Nimekaa hapa na learn, niki-unlearn, nikijita miti, nikijiambia, hey, ebu penye ulikosea, ebu do something different for the next generation. Thank you so much. That was so powerful and very mind-renewing. I'm very sure anyone who is watching, na anaelewa chenye unasema, they will make a different turn in their lives. Thank you so much and God bless you.
Thank you so much also for having me on Unfold. And I urge the viewers to really follow this.
Thank you.
There's a lot of content that can be able to help. I liked your book on married virgin.
Yes.
yes, we need to make this as loud as possible, as loud as possible. I don't know why you're not showing that book. In the book I show. Yes, so it can be done. There is a book here that Hilda has written, Married a Virgin. In our time, these are topics that people don't want to talk about.
Yes.
But I'm happy that a young person is bold enough to talk about it in times when, of course, people are looking at such topics and they're like, because this is a conversation I'm having with my daughter. She keeps telling me how you'll be even laughed at just because of mentioning that you are a virgin. Of course, I was laughed at too a lot in high school. And I remember I was given all the myths. Will not be able to give birth. So many other things that we would be told will not happen. But yes, it is possible.
Very possible.
It is possible to wait.
Yes.
And be sexually pure, and not only physically, but also emotionally and mentally. Because many young people also are so entangled in other things, homosexuality, pornography, all these other emotional entanglements, such that yes, I am a virgin physically, but then in my mind, I have already messed up. So yes, it's possible. I believe this is a book that can be found. You just need to get to that number.
Yes.
That is on the channel there. They'll be able to get a fish.
Thank you, Irene, so much. How can they find you? How can I find you?
On Facebook, Anne Karambu Mwangi, all socials, Anne Karambu Mwangi, TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook.
Yeah.
But YouTube, I go by Salem Media. I do some content there, range of content, both preaching and matters. I'm also a nutritionist, counseling nutritionist. I'm a nutritionist by profession and a counselor. So there is also a bit on counseling, nutrition counseling that I also do. I think one of these days we need to have that conversation, nutrition. Yeah. So those are the areas you can find me. Our offices also are along Kiambu Road. But getting me on my inbox on the socials, you should be able to get me. I would be able to respond to you directly.
Yes. God bless you.
Thank you so much.
Until next time, bye.